She unblocked me, then blocked me, but I wasn't contacting her. The only thing that you can really grab from this experience is knowing that you are still in her head. She still thinks about you. Otherwise, she wouldn't unblock you, then block you again, and go through this process. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge, and I'm a dating, relationship, and personal development coach. And today we are talking about what to do and what it means if a girl blocks you, then unblocks you, then blocks you again. So this was a question from a viewer, and I'm just going to read it out. It says, what if she unblocked me and blocked me again, but I was not even contacting her? So there's a couple of things that you need to understand about women, especially if these women are feminine. So if femininity is their main energy, trait, and if that's just who they are as a person, if that's their essence. Because all of us have masculinity and femininity inside of us, but some people have it more than others. So you would say that a straight male would probably have more masculinity and a straight female would probably have more femininity. Whereas someone who is gay, like myself, may have more masculinity inside of them. So as you can see, basically, we all have these energies inside of us. That doesn't mean that it's black and white. You know, there could be a man out there who is straight and very feminine, and there could be a woman out there who's straight and very masculine. It all depends on the soul of the person. However, if you are dealing with a very feminine woman, they are emotional creatures, and their emotions change on a day-to-day basis. Now, I'm not talking erratically like, let's say, someone who has a mental disorder, but I'm talking about the fact that usually throughout a given day, someone who's very feminine will experience a range of different emotions throughout the day. So basically, if this girl is unblocking you and blocking you again, that means she has mixed emotions about you and mixed feelings about you. Now, that doesn't mean that she loves you. It doesn't mean that she hates you. It doesn't even mean that she's indifferent, because it's hard to tell. But what it does mean is that perhaps in the past, she has some really good memories about you and some good feelings about you, which is why in those moments she unblocks you. But also she may have other mixed emotions, like emotions of not liking you as much or having negative emotions associated to you, which is why she then blocks you again. Now, of course, there could be a number of reasons why this might be happening. So perhaps you had a bad experience with her in the past and she remembers it, and perhaps she has good experiences and she also remembers those. So what the best approach when you're talking to a woman and you're going on dates with a woman that you really, really like, it's best to go at it with the approach of making sure that whenever she's around you, she has positive emotions. Because usually the person that a feminine woman chooses is the person they feel the best around. So the one they feel most happiest with. And the way that you do this is simply by making sure that you have enjoyable experiences together. And it's fun and it's lighthearted, and they generally just have a good feeling when they are around you. Now, like I said, there could be a number of reasons why she keeps on blocking you and unblocking you. Perhaps she unblocks you just because you had a photo that she wanted and she just unblocked you to go on your profile to grab that photo, and then she blocked you again. Or she could have just been nosy and she might have just wanted to check up on you and see what you were up to and then blocked you again. The only thing that you can really grab from this experience is knowing that you are still in her head. She still thinks about you. Otherwise, she wouldn't unblock you, then block you again and go through this process. But just because she's thinking about you doesn't mean that she's thinking about you positively. So don't think that she still has feelings for you or is in love with you. That might not be the case. I mean, it could be, but also might not be. So it's best not to assume anything. It's best to assume it means nothing. So basically, in these kinds of situations, you need to remain calm, and you just need to wait it out and see if she gets in contact with you. Because if she gets in contact with you, that is more of a sign that she wants to get back with you, or she wants to start something up with you if you weren't in a relationship. So if this was someone you were just dating, then perhaps if she reaches out to you, then it's time to ask her out on a date and to start physically meeting up. And if you consider yourself to be the masculine one, then you need to be the one who makes those plans. Because, even if a woman really likes you, it's quite unlikely actually that they will ask you out, because making decisions and being decisive is a more masculine trait, whereas being undecided and being unsure of yourself is a more feminine trait. So when it comes to setting up dates and, you know, moving the connection along, needs to be started by the masculine one. And what I mean by this is that you need to be the one to put yourself out there and to ask her out on a date. And then you probably need to ask her out a few more times after those dates, because obviously you need to keep the dates coming. So the way that you do this is by asking her out once a week. You go out on a date, you have a successful date, you wait a few days, probably about 5, and then you ask her out again. And then eventually what will happen is she will start reaching out to you. And then when she reaches out to you, you can then start making the dates more frequent. So it might raise up to seeing each other twice a week, and then eventually it'll be 3 times a week. But at the beginning, the masculine one does need to be the pursuer, but he needs to pursue her in the right way. And the right way to pursue her is to get things moving quickly by letting her know that you're interested in her by asking her out on a date. You don't need to tell a girl that you're into her. You don't need to tell a girl that you have feelings for her. By asking her out on a date, she will know that you like her. Asking someone out on a date is not a subtle thing. She won't think that's subtle. And so therefore you don't need to say that you have feelings for her, because just by simply asking her out lets her know that you have feelings for her. What you need to keep in mind is that if she's blocking you and unblocking you and doing the things that I personally consider to be quite silly, but if she's doing those things, then you don't need to do anything, because she's either going to reach out to you eventually or she's not. And at this point in time, you don't need to do anything. So in the meantime, if you're really focused on this and you're always trying to see if she's unblocked you again, I would suggest that you perhaps have a bit of a social media detox, or just start working on other things going on in your life and developing yourself, you know, developing new skills, trying to cultivate a life that you are really proud of. So dive into your hobbies, try and find meaning and purpose in your life. And start doing things that you really enjoy, because then you won't be as focused on this girl and her social media page and whether she's blocking you, unblocking you. It just won't be on your mind, because you'll be filling your life with other things that you really enjoy and that brings meaning to you. One of the things that I've been talking a lot recently on my channel is about being in the more powerful position. And the person who is in the most powerful position is the person who has the most options. So if you have other girls that you're dating and you're interacting with, and if you've got other successes happening in your life, then you are in the more powerful position. And that is what women find really attractive, especially if they are feminine. You have to be decisive, assertive, you need to be a leader, you need to be courageous and be going for the things in life that you really, really want. Because if your main focus and your main purpose is just finding a girlfriend, or your main focus is just worrying about what this girl is doing, then you are not in your masculine. You are not being masculine in those moments. You're being undecisive, you're being unsure, and those things are feminine traits. So the way that you can get into your masculine right now is by starting to take action, starting to take decisions on things that you really want to do. So this could be going to the gym, this could be starting a new business, this could be going for that promotion at work. There are loads of things that you could be doing to take action and to get yourself back into your masculine. I would suggest that you also, when you're feeling a little bit unconfident and unsure, come back to this video and watch it again. And just to help you realign yourself, because the truth of the matter is she's either going to reach out to you again or she's not. But there's no point you waiting around for her or waiting around to see what she does next. That doesn't leave you in a powerful position. That gives her all of the power, and you don't want her to have the power. And guess what? If she's feminine, she doesn't even want the power. You need to be the one that is in the more powerful position. So start dating new women, start meeting and making new friends, or start living the life that you've always wanted, because that's ideally what everybody wants. We all want to be living the lives that we desire. We all want to do what we have imagined in our heads that we want for ourselves. So it's time to start making decisions and start taking action on those things. And you will be different. She will think that you are different. In fact, all the women that you meet from hereafter, if you start doing this kind of stuff, will think that you are different, because you are one of those rare people that are going for what they want in life and making decisions and taking action on your dreams and the things that you want for yourself. And if you are fun to be around and the women that you meet with feel comfortable and have fun and enjoy themselves in your presence, they will like you. They will pick you over other men, or if you're gay, over other women. I'll tell you a story now. I remember being at a funeral. Yeah, fun story, right? But anyway, the wife of the man who had died was saying how her husband was her rock. He was always there to support her, and he was like, I guess you could say, like, never changing. He was always stoic and still. And that's how you need to be with the women in your life. You need to be someone who never changes. You always want to be humorous. You always want to be having fun. You always want to be being the leader and leading the interaction. You always want to be setting the tone. So let's say when you get into a relationship, the woman that you're with comes home from work and she's angry and she's upset and frustrated. You don't also want to match and mirror what she does. You don't want to be angry and frustrated with her, because then she is in charge of the tone. She is in charge of the atmosphere. And when she's in charge of the atmosphere, the sexual attraction dissipates. You need to always be the same. You always need to be still like a stream. That doesn't mean that you're uncaring. It just means that she can't take you away from how you are feeling. And what she wants from you in those moments is she wants you to help her get out of that angry state. So the way that you do this is by asking her questions, by making her feel more comfortable, by joking with her. And if she asks for a solution to her problems, then you can give it to her. But usually in those moments, she just wants someone that she can vent to. And when she's vented to you and you've opened her back up and she's feeling joking and laughing again, just like how you are, then the sexual attraction will appear again. But that's how you must be for your women. You must be stoic. You must be still and never changing. You must be the rock. You must be the mountain. That will make her feel safe, and that will make her feel secure. So just realize that her unblocking you and blocking you again is just down to how she's feeling in those moments, because feminine women are emotional creatures, and if she's blocking you and unblocking you, she is just riding the waves of how she's feeling in those moments. Anyway, I hope this has helped you. I hope this has helped you understand why she may be blocking and unblocking you and playing these silly games. If you like this video, please like, please subscribe. And if you have another question, then please leave it in the comments. If you would like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop, or alternatively, you can use the email address provided in this video's description box. And I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.